Okay, and welcome back to the third and final part of this tutorial. I will now double click on add to box to the basket. So in the add to the basket, I like this to open up the receipt here, and that will be tab control. Okay, so double click on that and say tab control 1, tab control 1 dot select, then that will be dot selected tab equals tab, that will be tab 1, and that will be tab page, I think that will be tab page 2 there. That should be capital T. Let's see the name of that tab right here, tab 2, and that is the first is okay, that's tab 2. Okay, just copy that, click on OK, just change that around there. Okay, that's for tab 2. And then I'm going to need another one for tab 1. In the case of tab 1, that will be for the calculator. Double click on the calculator right there, paste that in there. That's tab 1, tab page 1. Then finally order, that'll be tab page 3. Okay, those buttons are to open up each of those tabs. So if I run it, let's see, that is for order, and that's supposed to be for the receipts, so I need to check that. And that's for the calculator. The calculator works as expected. This is not working, so let's find out why. Double click on that. Well, there's nothing in there. Okay, that'll be tab 2, I think. So let's see again. Tab 2, yep, that is working as expected. Okay, this is tab 2, tab 3, so we need tab 3 in here as well. So let's go into the save, double click on save, paste that in there for tab page 3. In the case of this save, we also need as follows. So with save, we need to enter as follows for the data we would like it to validate it. I think something is missing there. Alright, that's for my database, to save the database. So I also need the following. I need it to be able to call this very order system binding source. Okay, come in there and enter this dot order system binding, that's it, dot edit and edit. Okay, and close that. Yeah, that's it. So those 2 lines should save whatever data we enter in here. Okay, that's taken care of. There's one more thing. Let me look for the timer. Yeah, that's the timer in there. I might as well just copy the timer and paste it inside this save as well. Okay, there. Alright, that's the timer. I also need a timer inside the reset button. Okay, the reset doesn't play it, so that's fine anyway. So if I run my system now, before I continue with the calculation, let's say I enter PJ Omen, and here I have my telephone number. Here I have my reference there. The reference should generate automatically, really. So we need to take care of that anyway. Let's just see what will happen if we click on save. Okay, we need those information right here. Let's give that a shot again. Okay, enter PJ and enter the information right there. Reference number. Okay, so save and save. Let's see. That's it. Those are the information right there. Can you guys see it? Okay, it's working as expected, so that's good. We can always click on this and enter new set of data. So let's continue with our coding. So the next thing I need to do is the big one. That's to take care of the calculation, and this I need to take care of the add to basket as well. Okay, maybe we should take care of the add to basket first. Okay, let's take care of this basket. So double click on add to basket and enter the following lines of codes. So I'd like you guys to have a good look at it from here down here. Those are the lines of code that you need in the basket. Let me move it aside. I guess you can see it there. Take it back. Okay, one more time. Those are the lines of code. You do need those codes for the baskets. Okay, and there they are from here down here. All right. Okay, so if I run the program right now, let's say we enter some names in there. Let's say that's salary date, telephone number, reference number. Okay, so let's just enter whatever in there. So we can always click on, if you look at the receipt, there's nothing in there. If I click on add to basket, and that's it, that's what you get, salary date and all of those information. Okay, that's how the add to basket works, and this is the more or less like the receipt. Okay, the next thing I will now do is to work on the total, to make the total work. That's the only bit that is remaining now, so let's get that out of the way. So we now need to double click on the total there and enter as follows. Okay, with the total, the first thing I would do is to format the cells so that they can accept the pound sterling. So if I run this now with these couple of lines of codes, let's run it and see, and whatever value that is entered in here, it should be able to convert it all to the pound sign. So if I click on that, that is what happens. So the pound sign is been taken care of. So the next thing now is just to add whatever is in here to this, and repeat the same thing for all and display the answer here. So multiply this by this, display the answer in there. Okay, so let's start with that. Okay, for the rest of this total calculation, I'm going to declare the following variable. So let's declare double, that'll be white wine, and double red wine. Okay, and as follows. Okay, then now let me declare some more of this variable. That'll be for my task. And we also need another one for sub total and one for net total. There. So all of those local variables will be used in my calculation. So the next thing we need to do now is now add this and this together. So but just before that, we might as well assign each of these two. Let's assign them to each individual text box. So to do that, we enter as follows. So white wine equals double dot pause and enter that. Okay, close that. So that means whatever value is in here is stored right in there, and the same thing is repeated for the quantity 2, 3, and the unit price 1, 2, and 3. So the next thing is I will use the variable up here. I think it's called white wine, red wine, other wine. Let's make use of that variable right there. That'll be white wine equals wine, white wine, multiply that by unit 1, unit price 1. Okay, and we repeat the same thing for the other variable, which is red wine equals R wine, multiply that by unit 2 there. Then we repeat the same thing for other wine equals other wine multiplied by unit 3 there. So finally we now need to enter this total into this very text box here. So we enter as follows. So we enter as follows. That is for the white wine. We might as well just copy this, copy, paste another. This would be for number 3, number 2 here, and right here we need red wine here. This very variable. Then the other one is other one there. So we have all of those in place. We now need to assign, we now need to add all of these together and enter it into the tax. So to do that, maybe we should just add all of these together. Maybe declare another variable there. Oh, that's it, it's there already. So let's come down here and just look for I tax equals white wine plus red wine, and we also need to add other wine, plus other wine. Okay, we might as well put that in a bracket and divide it by 100. Okay, and full stop. So if we multiply and divide it by 100, we need to know the tax. Okay, so that will give us the tax. We actually need, let's see, okay, I tax, there's a tax right there, so we need to change one or two things there. I have, okay, let's change this to net tax, and just change this to net tax as well. So there will be, this will be I tax, multiply by that by I tax, and then divide by 100 will give us the tax value there. Okay, the last thing now is for the to work out the tax. Let's get the name of these components, come in here, paste that underneath here. Let's copy all of this, paste that in there, and here that will be net tax. So that is our tax taken care of there. Now one more thing, we now need to take care of subtotal. This will be for subtotal here. Let's copy all of those, copy that, and that will be for the subtotal. I need the name of the subtotal. Okay, go up there and get the name of the subtotal right there. Say dot text equals. Okay, that is the subtotal there, but it's not going to work. So let's convert it all to string first. Okay, that's fine. Okay, that's working as expected. And the next thing we need to do is whatever content in here and here, we need to add it together to give us total. So let's get the name of the total. That's the total right there. Get the total, net total, copy, paste net total there, dot text equals. So that will become, it says system dot convert. We need to convert it to string value equals. We go for net tax right there, and net tax plus all of these, paste that, and hopefully that should work. Alright, that will be for the total, whatever is inside net tax, and that's that. Already I've formatted the whole component to convert it to pound sign there. So let's see if that will work. That is for net total, this is for the tax, and that's for the subtotal. Okay, let's just run it and see what will happen. So enter maybe 2 there, 3 here. Okay, now alright, so when we add this together, this gives us 30. That's correct. And that is the tax, and you add this together, that gives you 35. Okay, that's good. So let's see. So we can always say 10 plus 8, okay, plus 12 there. Okay, we can then add plus 5 and 25p. Alright, that is correct, working as expected. So what is now remaining for us is to work on these very converters, okay, to get the converter working. But add to button or add to basket is working as expected. That's fine. Okay, so everything works as expected. Reset is working. Okay, now let's go back into the program. I think reset, we should reset this as well. Okay, let's go back into the program and get that sorted. Let's get the name of that. Double click on this, that's called reset. Now come in here, double click on reset, and just enter the reset in there. The text equals there. So that's taken care of. Now that is taken care of. Finally, we just need to take care of this very one here, the converter. That's all this we need to do now. So for the converter, let me show you guys the variables that are declared for the converter. Those are the variables declared for the converter. So if I double click on this button now, okay, with this very converter, let's double click on that and just start as follows. The first thing I'll do is to declare as follows. Let's say British pounds, okay, equals double dot pause txt convert dot text. All right, that is my variables taken care of. Okay, so that's the variable right there, and this is my text box. The text box is called converter, this very one, txt converter. That's it right there. Okay, let's go back into the coding area. Then I need to now let me just get the names of all these variables so that I remember them. I need as follows all of these variables that I declared earlier. I'm going to need them, so I will delete it as soon as I finish with it anyway. Let's just paste it up there so that I will remember. I also need the names of my combo box from here. Let's copy all of this. Right, and just paste it down here. Okay, the first if statement will be if cmb, that's combo box dot text, equals as follows. Let's say if it's a Nigerian money, okay, close that. And okay, so now let's carry out the calculation. Right, then we end up and enter as follows, and get rid of this, we don't need that. Yep, okay, that's fine. Okay, we enter as follows. We only need one bracket here. Yeah, LDL convert dot text equals system dot convert dot to string there, open a bracket, and that'll be the British pounds there. Okay, multiply that by this variable right here. Where is it? This very one. Okay, copy and paste it there. So that is that taken care of. Just copy that. Might as well just copy it. If it is USA, let's go for USA now, and in that case we change this to US dollars. Copy that and just paste this right here, and we need semicolon here. So just to let you know, that means I don't need this 2 anymore. That's the whole idea, so that I can see what I'm working with. Okay, if it is maybe Kenya money, that is the spelling, paste this in there, and the Kenyan shillings, copy. That's alright then. Let's change this one to the Kenyan shillings. Okay, alright, so let me just copy this. I'll copy this and paste that for Canada. So let's copy Canada. We need to get the spelling right. Okay, come down here and change this to Canada, and let's see the variables that was declared for Canada is Canadian dollars. So we bring that down and replace that with the US dollar. Okay, I don't need the Kenyan one and the Canadian one anymore, so we can get rid of this as well. and Kenya. Okay, so let's take care of the Brazilian one. Copy that and just paste this right here for the Brazilian money, and the content and the text on the combo box, change that to Brazil. Okay, now I think we have a couple more to take care of, and here we have 3 more actually. So we need to take care of, let's take care of Indian rupee. That is the Indian rupee here, right here, and just change the name here to India there. Okay, let's take care of the Philippines, or the peso is called, sorry. So let's take care of that. Yeah, that is done. That error. Just copy this, come down here, paste that, and the last but not the least is Indonesia. Copy that, change that to Indonesia, and that is their money right there, and that will be all, hopefully. So let's just delete all of this. I don't need that anymore. So hopefully that will be the end of this converter. Let's see how the converter works. If I click on that, select any currency there, any country's currency, you see we've just converted that to Canadian dollars, and this is the British equivalent here. So let's take a look of Nigeria. That is correct. And let's take a look at the Philippines. Go for the Indian or Indonesia. Yep, and that is it. And that's how the converter works. So all we just need to do now is to get the cover in place. Alright, so I will now get the cover in place. That's the cover right here. So officially I think I must have finished this very program. So if I run it now, let's give it a final run and see. Enter name as follows. Let's say the name is maybe Look More, and the telephone number is as follows. The date, the time, enter a value in there. Okay, it's going for 3 white wine, 4 red wine, and 5 other wines. Let's see how many of those there. Okay, so all we just need to do now is click on total, and that is the total cost of everything there. So if we want to see the content in the basket, just click on the basket there, and that is the receipt in the basket. But one thing that is left now is just for us to write a program for the other reference. So let me get that sorted, and I can call it bye for now. So if I double click on total, come down here, maybe right down here, the following lines of code will actually generate the other reference. So if I run it, enter a name there. Let's say the name is John or Johnny. Say it's Johnny, right? And enter Johnny's telephone number there. Okay, click on total. That's it. That's Johnny's reference number. If we come to, let's come to order right here. That's the order. Click on the basket. That's it there. You can see Johnny's order. Everything is in the receipt. And to save it, maybe let's start a new one and just enter maybe Johnny again. Johnny is ordering as follows. Telephone number, and we can just click add, save, and that is Johnny's order right there. And we come to the basket, click on basket. That's Johnny's receipt. With that, I'm just going to call it the end of this program. I suppose you all enjoy it. You all have a nice day now.